Dr. Sobek, you are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Farrell. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on? A statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your Focus. They'll help you understand.
Welcome to Faro.
Elisabet Sobek, American scientist, robotist, and engineer, widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford at 13, earning a BS in experimental physics and computer science at 16. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence designs at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040, and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year. Rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22, over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in realizing environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront of its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technology. In 2049, she founded Miriam Technology, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Miriam has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. Theodore Ted Farrow is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Farrow Automated Solutions, FAS, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual, and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular lines of personal servitors and bodyguard bots, then exploded with its famous line of green robots, led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 40s clawback. At the end of the decade, FAS opened a military defense branch, dominating the world market for automated military platforms in 2053. The success of it has made Mr. Farrow the world's best-known businessman, one of the most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. Farrow Automated Solutions is an American multinational corporation entity that produces robots for all walks of life. Though its core business consists of military and defense contracts, as of 2063, FAS is ranked number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Farrow, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in its early years, but failed to break into markets dominated by then industry giants like General Synthetics and Recorp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company onto the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 40s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elisabet Sobek, captured FAS to head that of the sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts by around the globe, worldwide approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Farrow was hailed across media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Yet it was the emergence of FAS as a military contractor in the 40s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation with a record market capitalization over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations. Today, its holdings exceed the largest corporations by 321%. An association of individuals, definition of corporation, created under authority of by law, having existence powers and liabilities distinct from those of its members. In a business, as a corporation is usually owned by shareholders, though the sale or distribution of stock who profit from such ownership. Vote at designated times for its governance and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations in one or more entities produce goods or services for profit and may in turn own other corporations, companies, or properties.
I'd have to ditch something. The air. There's no smell to it. Not even old death. Nothing natural. Another cave-in. But I could get through.
Hey, reception, is that your real name? Want to know who's scheduled Indo Melee right next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%, all explained because your receptionist level brain probably requires it. The two sides are fighting, and what we do sell, that's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other, so they will try to fight each other. With what? That's right again, combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thank you. That was a complaint to the reception. I fell.
Looks like I can climb here.
I'm gonna go see what the light projector is first. Or did I already see it? I have no idea.
I'll bet I can use that as a ramp to get back up.
Oh, I'm back at the Deathbringer. Okay, so I've been here before. Shortcut.
Full already.
Where am I going?
Made it.
Going that way, but I'm checking out this area first. Oh, the projector.
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance, it boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of allied chariot line models, and you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The corruptor.
Corruptor.
Slave
Okay.
enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
I think it's the same thing.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other Chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
So if the other one was a corruptor, what I don't recall what a Metal Devil is.
The FSP-5 Khopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Khopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed.
Okay, so I fought a corruptor and a Deathbringer once. I don't know what the Metal Devil is.
Should have brought a cart.
From Ted Farrow to Paula Verasa. Spiritual Summit. Recent events have sharpened my perspective. I think that I, and the FAS in general, have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense. As in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe and intention of scheduling a conference soon, very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later. But for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Maybe a big tent, no kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. Afterlife? I think I've heard something about Afterlife before, but I can't remember. Meeting room. Nothing here. FES Campus Security Log. High Priority Alert. Automated Log Note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High Priority Notice. Automated Log Note. Full lockdown has been initiated. High Priority Alert. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. ISEC and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. Priority messaging to all staff in E and F blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as exercise. Do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the building. Our priority alert. Reminder that while high-sec personnel remain committed to employee safety during the current unfortunate events, personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for identiscan. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. ISEC reminds all staff that campus remains off-limits to public. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for Identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. In light of recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, ISEC now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged.
The ACA-3 scout.
I read those. That was the holoscan.
So people were angry at Faro, at the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad. It looks like the way up. What's left of it.
Looks like Ted Farrow sucks. And Elisabet Sobek helped him for a brief amount of time.
Gonna be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
So up higher? Sideline.
At least the chill's gonna keep me alert.
I'm not sure. Okay, I thought this was like a little detour, but I'm not sure now.
Began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. And a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace.
The peacekeepers are replicating on their own. I don't know if I've been there.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Now where? From Stacy Anders to Robert Rescher, Dolphin Vid. Another problem to add to your big streaming pile. Apparently a fisherman in the Bandai Sea captured video of a Hart's Timber Horus. That's one of the metal things. Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Plateau Watar on a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. The fuel is the Horus is refueling by killing dolphins. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender. As if the robot was whipping up a big pink swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating. So it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. A prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. Oh man. That sucks. Poor dolphins.
A way up. All it takes is a few good handholds. All right, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
That's the top of the building. Nothing here. Data storage. Secure 3 zettabyte storage rack, 6% power remaining.
All data has been erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
Where is it? Scan the data point. I don't see the data point.
Elisabet, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You've screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So, spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone. Ted Faro brought Elisabet Sobek here. But they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel,
In emergencies.
and you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I...
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted. The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final file has been recovered.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
Okay, so she protected Ted Faro from the public in order to get his money to fund Zero Dawn, and I still don't know what Zero Dawn is.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the Old Ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Faro robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
If you're so smart, why do you know so little after a lifetime scratching around in the dirt? It's not my fault you're bad at what you do. I came to these ruins looking for Elisabet Sobek, not because of the things she did centuries ago, but because people are trying to kill me right now, today. I've got bigger problems to deal with than your crap.
Congratulations. You just graduated from whining to throwing a temper tantrum. I'm sure Elisabet would be proud. You need to get a grip on yourself and start thinking straight. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elisabet Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Faro robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elisabet do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you've still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse describe him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades? It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elisabet. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Faro robots.
But if Elisabet found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the Old Ones had to destroy itself. Now if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
You said you've known for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the Old Ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of?
Is there any chance that Elisabet Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals, mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elisabet's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal. I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
Elisabet told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists, as a ruin. The Asaram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved. Well, getting down will be a lot faster than getting up here, at least. U.S. Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Okay, that's it for this session. Goodbye.